Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Coffee, where we talk about massage marketing, business building, and just general great stuff, right? So I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about how we get caught up in starting over and getting depressed and falling down and starting over and starting over. And I wanted to bring in somebody for you to remember, and that is Dory from the movie Nemo, Finding Nemo, and then of course the Dory movie, which came after. And she is a great little fun character, and if you saw those movies, then you understand that she has some comic value, but she also has a very valuable lesson to we who are trying to continue down a path. That if you saw the movie, the underlying tone that you should take away from that is no matter where she went, no matter what problem she ran into, she just kept swimming. And that was her thing. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. So no matter what you do and whatever obstacles you come up against, just keep going and keep going and keep going. So you may fall back 2 steps, but then regroup and then just keep going. Every step you take forward, even if you have to take a couple backward, means you're going to get ahead of the game. It's those who stop and give up that never get anywhere. So just a quick lesson, and it's a great way to say be a motivational moment. When you get caught up, just take a deep breath, think of Dory, and just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. That is going to be your drive to success, okay? Because it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get up. And I have a friend who lived through some amazingly horrendous stuff. And every time something happened to her, it just knocked her down and knocked her down and knocked her down and knocked her down. Till after a while, I'm like, how could she even get up in the morning? She went through a horrendous marriage. The guy was wanted by the police and led them on a cop car chase with their 3-month-old in the car. The cops chased them down and he threw her out of the car and chased them down the highway and then used the baby as a shield while the cops had their guns trained on him. So if you think your life is tough, this was a really tough situation. And child services came because the guy was a wanted criminal. She didn't know it. And because she was living with this criminal, they suspected that she had issues too. So they took her child. She was locked out of her home because her purse was in the car and it was part of the crime scene. So she had no purse, no keys, no phone, no money. And then when we did get to her car, her money and her wallet were gone. No job, no home. And her baby, her 3-month-old, was then missing. So because they put him in Child Protective Services and she had no idea where he was. And it was a good 2 weeks before they interviewed her so that she could see her child. Being a very good friend of mine, I helped her through this, but every day it was a different struggle. And I'm like, how could she get up in the morning and do this? And every day and every day and every day, we got to see the baby and they did an assessment on the child. And like I said, the baby was only 3 months old. And then they suggested some tests and found out after all of this trauma that the baby had Down syndrome. So not only was she without a husband, he was in jail, she had no car because he smashed it up, the baby has Down syndrome. And I thought, this is it. You know, this is it. If it were me, I'd have been like, right? And she didn't. She got up and I called her and I said, are you okay? And she said, you know, you just do what you've got to do and have faith and just keep going. What else could I do? And I'm like, wow. I said, you are my hero. You are my hero. And she's like, I don't know how I'm your hero. And I said, because you just keep going. You just take the adversity and it piled on and piled on. And I'm happy to say years later, she is in a great place with a great new husband. Her son is doing amazingly, and she actually helps other ladies and families with Down syndrome children. And her son walks in sponsorship events. He plays softball. He's gotten a lot of help. He absolutely loves me and my son, and it was a pleasure watching him grow up to be this amazing young boy at this point, and her doing an amazing job, and she still just keeps going and just keeps going. So I know she won't mind me sharing that story with you. She is an amazing person, and when you think you have a tough time, there are always people who just keep going who have tough times as well. So buckle down and make your life the best you can, and honestly, just keep swimming and drink some coffee. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.